A place where you've pointed out a lot of gambling is in China. And
Yeah.
you've been very complimentary of China's economy and the growth, but you have warned that their government is too corrupt and that gambling is a massive problem for the Chinese economy.
Well, the corruption is a much bigger problem than the gambling. But yes, I think China should learn by our example and step down pretty hard on their speculative excesses. And I think they may do it. They're pretty pragmatic. They've seen our mess. I feel more hopeful about the Chinese making the right decision than I do about my own government.
Well, and you've talked about how communism and capitalism in China work well together. So well that you probably wouldn't change it?
Well, it's not really communism as we traditionally think of communism. A communism that accepts sort of free market development is not classical communism. What they've said is we'll throw out the basic heart of communism and keep one-party rule. And what I'm saying is that it's working pretty well. Very well. I'm not such a purist that I just assume that the only correct way to do things is for everybody else under all circumstances the way that we do things. I think we were very lucky to have a big virgin country and be protected by big oceans, and we got a lot of luxury to do a lot of things our way and have it work pretty well. That doesn't mean it's exactly right for everybody else under other circumstances. And I'm terribly impressed with the way the modern Communist Party in China is including all these engineers as they rise.
Well, that
is a very desirable thing. I wish we had more engineers in Congress.
BYD.
Yeah.
Chinese company that Berkshire holds about a 10% stake in, but you're the one, Mr. Munger, that should be credited with that.
Yes, but my good Chinese friend Li Lu is the one who found it for me, so.
Given BYD and where it stands now, how confident are you in this company? Can BYD take over the electric car market not only in China but in the U.S. and globally?
No.
No.
Of course it can't take over the whole electric car market of the world. That's not going to happen.
Can they lead it versus the American, GM versus Chrysler versus Ford in this country?
Well, I'm going to surprise you. I think the chances are pretty good that the biggest financial achievements of BYD have nothing at all to do with cars. I think a lot is going on in that company that is likely to help the world, and that there's talent and merit in that place that is awesome. And for a man as old as I am to have the fun of watching a place like this work so hard and so brilliantly on such important problems and with so much success, I feel like one of the luckiest men in the world. I could be an old man sitting on the country club porch, and instead I get to watch BYD do a lot of wonderful things that are going to help not only China but the whole world.
Any specifics that you can give us? I mean, we know that this was, they made cell phone batteries, and then they made really good batteries to run cars, but it's far beyond that.
Well, take a big lithium battery, which will time shift power in all of the utility systems of the world that need more and more time shifting of power as they draw more of their power from the sun and wind. This is not a slight advantage to humankind as it happens. And believe me, they will try and participate in that just as much as they possibly can, and to make every contribution that intelligence and will can enable them to make. And of course, that's fun for me to watch. I'd much rather do that than watch somebody trade derivatives. Think of how much more constructive and how much more fun it is to interface with the people at BYD instead of the people on the derivative desk.